What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW. And today we're going to be going over CNBC anchor getting caught with fraud, securities fraud, stocks. Oh my God. Check it out, guys. All right, guys. So here you go. CNBC anchor stock trading fraud isn't stupid. It's blatant. And he isn't the only one doing it. So there we go. This is what we have to deal with today, guys. Dude right there. And I don't know. You tell me if he looks trustworthy. Honestly, he kind of does look trustworthy. I don't know what to tell you about that. But here you go. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, the stock market regulator, has found Herman Ghai, an anchor with CNBC Awaz. Ghai was fired by his employer following SEBI order. So my man here was caught front running. That's what happened. Ghai, before he was fired, used to host a show called Stock 2020. Kind of like the name. Almost makes me want to do like a playlist called Stock 2020. You tell me, is that name not cool? Stock 2020. That's pretty cool. I like it. Stock 2020 aired on the channel at 7:20 a.m. Monday to Friday. He also hosted other shows like Munafik. Okay, I can't read all that. I'm sorry. It's right here. Like, here you go, guys. Like, I'm gonna be real. Not even gonna try that one. SEBI's order deals with the show Stock 2020. The show features recommendations on certain stocks to be bought and sold during the day. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like a little day trading segment, I guess. Basically, trading accounts of Guy's mother, Shyam, and his wife, Jaya, were used to buy stocks a day before he would recommend them on Stock 2020. My guy. That, not even like the Furus on YouTube, I think we're doing it that, like, even that drastic, or maybe, I don't know. Lee, bro, like, what? Like, at what point do you, as an anchor of CNBC, say, I think I should do that, it is a good idea, nothing's gonna happen, other than I'm gonna make money? Where? Like, how does that, what is the thought process that leads you? I understand the appeal. Anybody understands that. But what makes you think that it's the right thing to do and you're not going to get caught? Like, how? I don't understand. This is how a guy was front running. The SEBI order points out that Ghai, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I'm thinking the H is kind of silent, right? Ghai made a profit of RS 2.95 core just through the limited number of trades examined during the relevant period. So just examining the relevant period that, that falls under the investigation, obviously, and he made money there. This means that front running was possibly Ghai's main job. Dude, what? From which the bulk of what he earned, of course, being an anchor at CNBC Awaz, allowed him to do so. Well, yes, I understand that. I wonder how many other CNBC anchors are doing this. Because, I mean, let's be real. Like, they all know what they're going to report on, right? It's not like this just end. Twitter, right? Like, that's not how it works. They get information ahead of time so they can prepare their, segment. All right, let's take a look at the issue point-wise. Number one, CNBC Awaz has a massive reach among Indian stock market investors. When Ghai recommended a stock on his morning show, many investors and traders were bound to buy it once the stock market opened. The demand for the stock recommended pushed up its price. Well, of course, we all know that. Have we not seen Jim Cramer buy, hitting those buttons, and then the stock the next day miraculously, boop, it goes up. So I'm not saying, Jim, my man, if you're watching this, I'm not saying you're a pumper. Frankly, I haven't seen you in years. I don't know what you do. But, we understand how it would work, of course. As the order points out, based on call data records, it is observed that Mr. Herman Ghai was in regular communications with Mr. Palani. Oh, come on, man. Guys, just read it. Okay, so he was in constant contact with this person. So a guy was playing on this dynamic once the stock price rose after his recommendation. His broker, Mass Consultancy in Meshana, an authorized entity, okay, sold the stock. And that was his contact over there, Mr. Parath Anil Kumar. Got it. Nailed it. Also, a careful reading of the order suggests that trading accounts of Guy's mother and wife were basically mule accounts. I mean, I guess, was he still doing it on his account too? Was he just doing that on multiple accounts? What madness is this? The order points out it is prime-faced observed. It is prima face. What language are we talking here? Observed that Mr. Guy was in effect in control of the trading accounts for Jaya, who was, I think, his girlfriend or wife, and his mother. Before proceeding to deal with circumstances, it will be appropriate to elaborate on the concept of family and friends mule account. These are trading accounts. I don't think, okay, I'm going to finish reading this. I'm going to give you an opinion here. These are trading accounts which are lent by persons known to the person who is effectively controlling and placing the order in the trading account. I don't think we needed that explanation. I feel like your editor wanted you to make this article X amount of words, and you just threw in that explanation in there because we got to fill in the word count, or maybe it's for SEO on Google. I don't know, but we could have done without that explanation. It was like really out of place. Guys, this is the awesome part of these reaction videos. I'm literally reading this like in real time, so I was surprised about that. So this is how it worked. Number 2, after the order came out, people were left wondering how someone who has been in this business for more than a decade and a half could be so stupid so as to front run through the brokering accounts of his wife and mother. So you're literally telling me people who understand how this works was like, you're an idiot. Why did you use your mom's and wife's account? You should have used somebody else's. I mean, that's the only part that's left from that paragraph. Well, the answer lies in fact that he wasn't being stupid, but he was just being blatant about it, right? About the entire thing. He had probably been doing this for so long that he felt extremely confident about it until his luck ran out. Kind of reminds me of like that whole Jason Bond thing, right? Like they've just been doing it so long that, what was it, $147 million in fraud? I'm gonna put a card up here somewhere so you guys can go see that video, because that one's way more interesting than this one, at least in this case. This isn't something new that has happened. The business media has been dealing with this problem for a while. I'd say the business media has been dealing with that problem since day number 1, for sure. When I first started working for a newspaper in October of 2005, so look, if you're just thinking about this from 2005 to now, I'll tell you right now, go to the 50s. Just go all the way back to the 50s. I guarantee you, I would probably put my entire trading account on the line that this has not been going on since 2005. This type of stuff has been going on since the beginning of business media, okay? Newspaper, October 2005, it was very common for reporters to write a piece on a particular company and inform a stockbroker about it. They knew that their story would move the price of the stock the next day. After the story had appeared in the newspaper and people had read about it, the broker would take the position in the stock because he had advanced information. Yes, we all know that probably happens every single day. The next day, after the story appeared, the stock moved. Thanks to the news item, a profit was made and was shared between the broker and the reporter. Sometimes the reporter was so blatant that they would call brokers directly from their office numbers. So that was just like one big party, wasn't it? In fact, many years at the press club in Mumbai, a reporter, a few drinks down, it sounds like the start of a movie plot, even confessed to me that sometimes he front ran using his own trading account. His justification was that he made small bets that wouldn't attract any attention. He went on to justify that he did by to justify what he did by saying that he had insider information because of his skill. He should be able to profit from it. This particular gentleman worked for one of the bigger pink papers and still did, the last I checked, primarily reported on stocks and mutual funds. Given this, he was constantly in touch with fund managers and hence had access to sensitive information that moved stocks. Guys, let's be real. None of this is surprising. We know that this goes on constantly in the marketplace. We know this goes on all the time. This goes on and is probably more common than spoof orders on level 2. The reality of it is this will continue to go on. Around a decade, all right, this number 5 right here, around a decade back, the business media started getting its act together. Or pretending to get its act together, and got into contact with journalists, which did not allow them to buy a stock and today, allow them to buy a stock today and sell it tomorrow. If a journalist, right, you see it right here, if a journalist bought a stock, he had to hold on to it for a while. This ensured that any front running moved on to accounts of mothers and wives and girlfriends. The smartest of the lot just took a cut of every piece of information they provided to stockbrokers. They provided stockbrokers with. So like they were like, you know what, this front running stuff is nonsense. I'm just gonna put out an article tomorrow, but let me call, so and so at such and such hedge fund and let him know I'm going to put this article up tomorrow. He's going to throw me some cash my way. That's basically what they did, because there's always going to be a way around everything, because people will always find a way around everything, right? So the smartest of the lot just took a cut for every piece of information they provided a stockbroker with without getting involved in buying and selling the stocks. The payment to them was made in cash. I wonder if they use Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum and Dogecoin today. I'm sure they do. Of course, contracts have had some positive impacts as well, and journalists are not blatant about front running as they used to be. So they're just, they hide it better now, I guess. There is this great story about one of the senior editors of a now defunct business channel calling up reporters to figure out which stocks were most likely to move after the finance minister had presented the budget. These guys, they were playing on another level entirely. In fact, the entire concept of new exclusives, even if done honestly, lends itself to front running. Absolutely. Most reporters get access to exclusives through leaks. Someone from the company leaks information. Some investment banker leaks information about a deal that is in the process of being negotiated. Some public relations official leaks information, while the reporter might just be breaking the news and not trading the stock on the information he or she has access to. There is no guarantees that the person leaking the information is not trading on it. In this way, the media, both newspapers and TV channels, ensures that front running continues. This is just how it's always going to be, always, because there will always be a leak story, even if the journalists themselves will not trade upon the information gathered. Somebody that is hearing out that leak info will trade based on it. It's just the nature of the beast. This is why we have to be informed as traders and understand when we see some chart just move in a weird way that it's not organic. There's a reason why. So you got to be careful with that, right? Now, the fact that this stuff was happening with a CNBC anchor goes to tell us and show us that there's way more to it going on over at CNBC, more than likely. Now, what are your thoughts on the subject? Drop them in the comment section below for me. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and check out the links in the description section and comment section. You can download your Webull app, fund it with $100, and currently you get 4 free stocks. All right. You can also check out my chat room, the daytraderchatroom.com. You can download the free course there, or you can just check us out for 5 days for $5. You're going to get access to a course. Many of our resources are live stream with scanners and our continuous information, answering questions and lessons in the morning. All right, all done live. So make sure you check out those links down there in the description and in the comment section below, and I hope to catch you on the next one.